delightful. But the fire, where is it? Oh, you can't see it. Fire is so delightful. But as long as you love me so, there goes the phone. Let it rain, let it rain, let it rain. Let's see if anybody actually shows up here. Since I'm doing this much later than I expected. And right now, nobody's here. So we'll see if this is a bust or not. Oh my goodness. Ugh. I am so tired. I've spent all day running errands. Oh, cool. We got some people in here. I see Heather. I see, is it Lydia? Am I saying that right? We got a Miss Balanced. We got Gina. What's up? I got the coat. Ooh, people are actually here. Okay. I was like, I told myself I was gonna go live at 4 o'clock today, and that's why I never promise times ahead of time. Because it'll become a lie. And so instead, because this morning I was like, I'm going to go live at 4 o'clock so that I'm early enough that I'm not too late for people who are like on the East Coast and stuff. And that did not happen, as you can see. Woo. Alrighty then. People are here. I didn't think anybody would be here. I also like the video that came out today about me building the bed. Like, I spent all yesterday editing it, and I was determined to get it up yesterday, and still didn't get it up till this morning. So yeah, but I had a lot of fun editing that video. And one of the reasons it took so long was my translation of Mickey's thoughts. Those little thought bubbles took a lot of time to do. So I hope people got some amusement out of my translations of Mickey's, thoughts from cat to human. I'm pulling up the chat on the phone so that I can, because it's easier to track than looking at the little screen. So I'm gonna try to get this up. Doo-doo. Da-da. Oh my God, Cynthia, thank you for the $10 super chat. Thank you so much. You know what I just realized? My last live, some people said, hey, I'm going to send you something on CashApp. And I didn't realize I hadn't downloaded the CashApp app because it was on my phone that I traded for the iPhone. And I never re-downloaded it onto this phone. So now I have. So if anybody sent me anything on CashApp and I wasn't able to say thank you, it's because I didn't have the app on my phone. So now I do. So I'll be able to like respond if people ooh, my throat. Respond if people send something on the CashApp. Okay, Lydia Ortiz. It is pronounced Lydia. I let the spelling like throw me off, I think. What's up, Tina? What's up, Sarah? Julie, I did not see the email about RV insurance. I don't know the context of it, if I have it, or if you want advice on it. If you want advice on it, I still don't have any, because I still have commercial insurance. But I think I can change that now that the truck is actually registered in Oregon and not California. I spent all day today running errands. I am exhausted. And it was all dumb stuff. Like, it wasn't anything serious, but it just took all day. Just because, I had to get from point A to point B, and it was a short list. So I had in my head, I was going to wrap it up by a certain time and then be done. And of course, like any day of errands, it did not wrap up, in that amount of time. Lydia says the truck conversion is looking great. Thank you so much. Cheryl says, I'm so proud of you since living in your car. Thank you. It's been a long road getting from there to here. It's been from the car to the box truck, and I honestly don't know how it happened. Like, I just kept going, and now I'm here. I just kept going, kept doing, and now I'm here. So yeah, I have no idea how it even got there. I think I missed some chat. Do I see a Star Trek insignia? Yes, so that's my Star Trek insignia, and this is Star Wars. So I got them both there now in equal power. It's the Rebels and the Empire split in half, and that's why it says choose wisely. So Star Wars, Star Trek, I'm full nerd now, and yeah. So it gets rid of sort of the plain white that was over here on the cabinet, having those stickers there, and then, well, besides the fact, I guess I'm taking the wrong phone. Let me take this one with me. And on this side of the cabinet is my Superman poster. So right here beside my bed, I can see the Superman poster, and then as you come around, you see the two insignias. Oh, I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. Let's get comfortable again. All right. So the rain has followed me from Oregon. Oh, look, Mickey, you look like you're just hanging about. You look weird. Say hi to everybody on YouTube. Everybody thought I was joking, but he's in that bed more than me. Like, seriously, he's in that bed more than I am. Like, totally in that bed more than I am. I'm trying to find some stuff here. So, Tina, I got your stuff in the mail. So, Tina, thank you for the wonderful Christmas card and the awesome postcard. I did receive it. And also, oh crap, don't fall things. And Sadie, thank you also for the Christmas card. And what was included in here went straight up into the gas tank right away. So I did receive the cards, which is really, really nice to receive. My whole policy on like Christmas is I don't expect anything anymore. Mickey, say hi. Say hi, Mickey. I didn't say yawn at YouTube. I said say hi. You're the handsomest boy. Yes, you are the handsomest boy. I'm not even mad at you, handsomest boy. I don't know what I was saying. I'm tired, y'all. I don't know if you can hear that rain out there. Sort of beat me up, and I lost track of my phone. I keep just throwing Mandalorian and the boobs up into the camera by accident. Mando and Baby Yoda. Alright, I'm gonna rewind because I've been missing the chat and just kind of casually like running my mouth here. Oh, Julianne says, no, I was giving you a website to look up for you to try to get RV insurance. Check it out. I will make time to do that. Lydia, I am not in Oregon. I'm still in California. I'm still back in California, however you want to think of it. But it's been raining like I never left Eugene. That's how bad the rain has been. Well, actually, today was pretty great. It didn't really rain. But like 3 days ago, it was, what day is this? Wednesday. Monday. It was terrible. That's what it was. Lydia asked me Captain Kirk or Spock. Spock's the man. I love me some Spock. I laugh at Captain Kirk. Like, I can't take the man seriously. His style of acting and style of hero is very specific to the era in which Star Trek was made. But like, Leonard Nimoy's Spock is a national treasure. That's how I feel about Spock. I love me some Spock. Tina asked me, where's my Harry Potter sticker stuff? I'm not as into Harry Potter as I used to be. Like, I used to be a big Potterhead. That always sounds horrible. Like, it sounds like something besides a magical fantasy book for children. But I'm not as much of a Harry Potter dork as I used to be. The last movie that came out, which was the second Fantastic Beasts movie, just wasn't that good. And at this point, I feel like J.K. Rowling doesn't know what to do with the series, but she won't let it die because it makes her billions of money. But I'm kind of on. I still like the 7 books, but I'm kind of meh on Harry Potter right now. Damien said, Picard all the way. Yes, I love Captain Picard. Oh my gosh, I love him. I have a hard time choosing who I like more between Captain Picard and Captain Sisko. Because DS9 was the one show I actually watched like regularly, like in its original airing. So it's definitely, for me, as far as like actual captains who were main players on a show, it's definitely between Picard and Sisko. Beagle E says, thank God I was so bored. Now I have you to watch. I don't know how exciting I'll be. Like, my brain is half burnt out just from everything. Earl Blackman says, I'm glad you posted the video on how you made your bed. Do you have any plans to put in wooden steps instead of using your fridge as a step? So the plan was always for the fridges to be the step. I just wanted those fridges enclosed in a cabinet. Because otherwise I'd have to find somewhere else to put them, and they're actually perfect as steps, but I do wish I wasn't stepping directly on the fridge. So the original idea was there were going to be 2 cabinets, and the fridges were going to be in them, and then I would open the drawer and be able to get into the fridge, and that just never happened. Mostly because of money, cost, skill, things didn't come together, and like, at the point where I built the bed, it wasn't that big a deal. I just stepped on the fridges. So the fridges were always going to be the steps. They were just supposed to be inside of a structure as opposed to just sitting on the floor and me climbing on them. And that never came into fruition. And I honestly have things that are way higher priority over trying to figure out if I can even build that type of structure and have it work. Because right now everything works fine. So it's kind of low on my priority list. But that was the dream, and the idea was that the step was going to be an actual step that the fridge was in, and then you open it and the fridge was inside. But that never happened. Freedom Dove, take care of what you got to take care of. Always good to see you in the chat. Wicked Wanda, thank you so much. She says your van is looking nice. You have done a great job making it a nice place to live. Damien says the series Picard is off the chain. Love it. I have not watched Picard because I don't want to watch Picard until I've seen the Next Generation movies. And I haven't even seen the original series movies. I've seen all of the original series and all of the Next Generation. And now I'm watching Voyager. And I've seen a little bit of the original, the animated series that just continues Star Trek, but not all of it. But I've just been watching that in pieces. But I do want to start going through the movies, and I'm not going to watch Picard or Discovery. I'm not going to watch Discovery until I finish all the other TV series, and I'm not going to watch Picard until I've finished all the Next Generation movies. And hopefully by then I can just binge through 2 seasons as opposed to like trying to catch up to where people are now. So I haven't seen Picard intentionally. I don't plan to go near it until I've seen all the movies. Not the Kelvin movies, which is the new ones. The Kelvin movies are the ones where they recast everybody and did an alternate timeline with J.J. Abrams. I don't care about them. I care about those, but I don't care about them. I can watch those whatever because they're in their own timeline. Oh, here I go talking about Star Trek again. But I'm not going to watch Picard until I've finished all the stuff that comes before the Picard TV show. Do, 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 do. D. Huffman says, I was rewatching The Badlands and buying gifts on Groupon, so happy you came on, saving me some money. Well, I'm glad I'm helping you save money at the time of spending. So one of the things I had to do was I needed to get some cleaning supplies from Target. Well, I didn't have to go to Target, but Target was like the closest thing to me where I knew I could find what I needed. And oh my God. Like, it's not terrible, but it's way too many people in the store for me. And I'm like, it's the middle of the day on a Wednesday. Why are all you people in the store? Get out. I know it's like the last couple of weeks before the holiday. But all these people are in my way. CCH says, it rained basically all day here in SoCal. You brought Argan with you. I love it. D. Huffman, thank you for the reminder. The thumbs up supports the channel. Oh, Damien, I'm sorry to hear about your feline baby Ricky. Oh, well, I hope my little orange baby keeps you smiling as much as he keeps me smiling. So I have found I have to thank Gina for this. Is he gonna notice? If he notices, he will come after it. But this is the perfect cat toy. It is literally the most perfect cat toy, and I never would have bought it. Gina gave Mickey like 4 of these things. And oh my God, he loves these springs. And he's even got to the point where it's turned into a fetch game. I've been trying to film it, but it's hard. Where I will throw this, he will chase it, and he will bring it back. He'll batter around a little bit, and then he'll bring it back to me and drop it by my feet. And he'll keep hitting it against my feet until I notice, and then I'll throw it again, and he'll chase it again. So sometimes he amuses himself with it. And so what I did was I went on Amazon and I bought like a big bag of them. They were only like, I think like $5. But this has been the most amazing cat toy ever. He loves these things. And I never heard of cat springs. I don't know why most stores don't carry these. He adores this. So thank you, Gina, for the 4 you gave me, because I never would have discovered the most amazing cat toy ever if you hadn't given me some for Mickey. So I'm sure he's very happy about it too. Sarah says we are in Quartzsite. It rained yesterday and the wind blew like crazy, but it was warm. LOL. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. It's not like probably as hot as Arizona, but it's definitely warmer than I was like when I was closer to Eugene and Portland and it was raining. It was much colder. Like I was much more comfortable. Like I still had a couple layers of sheets on me last night. Just because I don't like to wait. I don't like to have the propane heater on overnight. And part of it's safety and part of it's just not wanting to waste propane when I can bundle up under some sheets. But yeah. I'm seeing Lydia is a Spock with the triple hearts. I was always like, why are all these women falling for James Kirk? He is so lame. Like all I can do with Kirk is every time Kirk made a move on a woman, like I laughed. Like I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so goofy. But Spock, man, Spock was just he's Spock. I love Spock. Anyway. Katie is also in support of Spot. D. Huffman says, I was more a Sean Connery kind of girl. Hey, Sean Connery, I can't hate on him. Like he had swagger. Sean Connery had swagger. Michelle Christmas says, I love Harry Potter. I cosplay Umbridge whenever I can. Umbridge is one of the most brilliantly written villains. I have to say that. She's just like she is one of the most brilliantly written villains, and you gotta respect, even though you hate the character, it's just so. She actually, for my Star Trek fans, she actually reminds me of Kai Wynn. Like, personality-wise, Umbridge from Harry Potter and Kai Wynn from Star Trek Deep Space Nine kind of remind me of each other, because it's those characters that try to use the law to their advantage to be cruel to other people. You know? I don't know. Crazy comparison. Liz Carter, thank you for the $5. Any money I get is going into the gas tank. Because, woo, gas prices, man. Gas prices. Killing me right now. Where did I? FDM215, I have seen The Cage. The original pirate, the original pilot. And it's interesting because Majel Barrett just did not leave Star Trek. Like, she came back as the nurse and was like a semi-regular. Like, next to Uhura, she was the only other semi-regular, like, female character. And she was also all of the computer's voices. And, of course, then she was Troy's mom in The Next Generation and Deep Space Nine. I don't know if she appeared in anything else. I don't know if you're heard about Strange New Worlds, where they've actually recast the role of number one. So I'm excited to see what they do with Strange New World, as far as, like, you know, taking the ideas from the original Star Trek pilot and actually turning them into a show with a new cast. I'm super excited about that. That's one show I will be watching from the first episode once it actually comes out. I'm not sure when that show comes out, though. Yeah. David says, Dawn, do you have a Christmas wish list? No. There's not really anything, like, as far as, like, things, like, there's not really anything I need. Like, you know, my basic needs are covered, except, like, the continued needs of daily survival. Yeah, there's stuff I want, but it's like, I don't know, paint. Like, that's what I want. That's the main thing I want right now, is paint. There aren't really things. Like, I have clothes, I have shoes, you know, I'm able to feed myself right now. I'm kind of struggling on the gas money, but I don't really have anything that would be on, like, an Amazon wish list that I really need right now. But I thank you for asking and wanting to see such a thing. Where was I? FDM says, Kirk is humorous to watch now. Dawn I already read that. Why am I going backwards? That is actually hilarious. Granny Peacock says, somebody said, since there's a baby Yoda, there must be a sporty, scary, and posh Yoda. Now I'm not going to get Yoda Spice Girls out of my head. Thank you for that comment. That's like the best. Yoda Spice Girls. Oh, man. Ooh, there has to be either a fan fiction or fan art out there that has, like, the Yoda Spice Girls. Julie asks, you said in the previous live that you were going to RTR. Are you going to be heading in that direction soon? Maybe make a few videos about your camping excursions along the way. If I start moving in that direction, it won't be at least until after Christmas. How soon it will be before or after the new year, I'm not sure. So when I go, there will be videos to that event, but I don't have a set date on which I'm going to start traveling in that direction. It's not soon, for a number of reasons. By the way, the information on the Rubber Tramp Rendezvous is available on the Homes on Wheels Alliance website. If people want me to post a link, I can go look it up and I'll put it in a link in my community page. But if anybody's looking for information about that big event in Arizona called the RTR, the information is on the Howell website. I was not able to find apparently it was announced in a video, but I don't know what video it was announced in, so I just went back to the Howell website and found the information. It seems like all of my lives are turning into Star Trek chat now. Like, I can't stay out the chat. That's what I get for having the Federation emblem up there. Cat Lady says, I cannot separate Spock from Kirk. They make each other better. You know who was, like, more like the dynamic duo to me, though? It was McCoy and Spock. Because, like, Kirk and Spock are, like, buds and homies and all that. But, like, the zingers that Spock and McCoy would throw at each other, man, it was just the funniest. Earl Blackman says, I hate the way they ended Deep Space Nine. I don't remember, so don't remind me. I'm only on season 4 right now. And it's like 7 seasons. Like, I remember, I think I stopped watching after the Daxes changed. I remember that character, you know, passing on after Marriage to Worf and all that, but I don't actually remember how the series ended. So I actually, it'll be a surprise for me. No spoilers. Spider Mama says, I grew up with Kirk and Picard. Kenya asked me, are you putting up Christmas decorations? Yes, they were featured in my video before. So I have, well, I guess you can't see, but I have a tree right there. That's my little tree. And then I have some lights up, but I can't show everything because it's nighttime and I would have to, like, open my windows and stuff like that. There we go. Oops. Where am I? CJW says, Captain Sisko is my favorite. His relationship with Jake is so precious. I love me some Jake Sisko. And I love that he's like a lead character who's like, well, he's a supporting character. His dad is a lead character. But I like that Jake was, in a time when you rarely saw it, was a little black boy who was portrayed as like this sweet, intelligent character with a positive relationship with his father. And you just did not have a lot of that at that time. Mickey decided I've been ignoring him too long, so now he shoved himself beside the tree, in between my cup and on top of my Christmas cards. Let me turn that over. He's like, I am going to be over here where you are. Yes, I am. I always think it's funny when he shoves himself between things on the table. CJ says, I love listening to you talk Trek. Oh, Lydia has an interesting question. It's, if you woke up tomorrow with a superhero's power, what would you like that power to be? I want to say flight. Like, I just like the idea of, like, lifting up and just being able to fly, like, above everything. I think that's one of the reasons why it's fun to fly drones, because you at least get the visual of just being that high up and having that bird's eye view of everything. And I think that would be cool. And I think that's the one thing I used to dream about, like, a lot when I was a kid, is I would dream about flying. Probably if I do get a second runner up, though, I think it would be just the ability to transform into something. Um, and like, sort of like a werewolf, but not one where I'd lose control and kill people. But I think also it would be cool to be able to actually transform, either like an animorph or something. So those are my two. It would be flight or transformation. I think both of those would be cool. What I would never want is like psychic powers. You know, because I don't want to get in other people's head. I got enough going on trying to manage this head. I would never want to be able to like read other people's minds. It would be cool because I think like sometimes I can be socially unaware, but I also think it would be too much. Like it's always for me to handle. Like that would be my greatest fear, is like just being attacked by other people's like thoughts and then having to like muddle that in my own head. That was not the question, but you know, that was sort of like what would be my nightmare superpower. Probably like psychic ability, which is funny because I've written a screenplay. It still exists. It's called The Chronicles of Rachel West, and that is her superpower, is that she can read people's minds, but she can only read it by touch. Like she can't feel the vibrations in the room. She has to actually touch someone, and then she can get visions. But like, well, she can also touch objects and get visions. She can touch objects or people and get visions of a connection, but it's like super stressful for her. So like that might be a projection of like my own issues, that I created this character who has psychic abilities, but they're actually like the worst possible thing and actually mess with her own brain, to have to deal like with the emotional impact of these horrible events that she didn't even experience. See, y'all. Superpowers. The dawn of nerd life. That's the let's go with that. The dawn of nerd life. Oh man. So what do you find out in Dawn's van life chats? We talk about Star Trek. We talk about technology. We talk about superpowers. That was a good question, though. Sarah said cats playing fetch is the cutest thing to watch. Yes, I couldn't believe it. Like, I swear we played fetch for like an hour the other day, and I was like, oh my god, I'm playing fetch with my cat, and he was like so happy. Like, he was just so happy. The spring would go, and he'd be like, all right, I'm going after it. I'm really trying to get some video so you guys can see him like chasing and playing with this spring. Ooh, Southern Projects has mentioned Gambit. Oh my gosh, Gambit is one of the best, most underused X-Men. I hope now that Disney has rights to the X-Men and they're rebooting the universe, that we see more Gambit in whatever X-Men movies they decide to bring in, especially now that we have this chance to start over. And I think they're actually bringing out a new animated series, so more Gambit, please. There was not enough Gambit in like the past X-Men universe films. What's up, Paul from Philadelphia? Okay, Freedom Dove, I know you came back like a while ago. Actually, not that bad. I'm almost on time. So good to see you back. Damien Wildfong says off track, but check out the show Lupin Vigilante. I can't say the word. I know the word. Vigilante detective show. I've been scrolling past that, so since you recommended it, I will check it out. Freedom Dove says gas prices are off the rails. Yes, they are, especially in California. Like right now, if I find gas for $4.30 a gallon, I'm like, deal. And like, that used to be a high price. Mm. I'm seeing a lot of support for Uhura in the chat. Man, they did not use Uhura enough. Damien says Majel Barrett was the OG Roddenberry's wife. But Majel Barrett wasn't his wife at first. She was his lover. And that's one of the reasons they actually did not want her in Star Trek. Let's be real about history here. She became his wife, but she started out, and I don't know how many people know, Desilu Productions was actually involved in the early production of Star Trek, and they I think it was actually Lucille Ball, but I'm not exactly sure according to my research, because I get deep into things. She was the one who was like, I don't know, we should have your mistress being like one of the leads in the show. So, and also apparently the studio didn't like Spock. They thought he looked demonic. Thank goodness they didn't get rid of Spock and they kept him from the pilot. Victoria Hinton says Uhura, whose real name was Nichelle Nichols, has passed away. And that I mean, like, it's a sad ending, but like, you know, how many people get to make that big of an impact in the world? Like, a lot of the original cast is unfortunately gone now. And Nichelle Nichols, who played Uhura, she was such an inspiration. Just being in that show and being in that role. And she will be beautifully remembered forever. Freedom Dove says, I miss those 4 years of $2 a gallon for gas. LOL. Yes, me too. I would have loved that. I don't know that I had 2 years for $2 a gallon, but yeah. FDM says, Dawn, do you want gas, gift cards, Lowe's, Home Depot? Gift cards that can buy gas are always appreciated. If I'm going to be honest about the best gift in the world, any contribution to the gas fund is the best gift in the world. Victoria Hinton says, I miss 32 cents a gallon. I wish I had ever seen 32 cents a gallon. I don't think I've ever seen that in reality. Apparently, okay, I don't know. Let me find out. There seems to be some debate about Nichelle Nichols' current status. I was like, okay, Nichelle. People say people are dead who aren't dead, and let's see. I'm doing some research. Okay, Nichelle Nichols is not dead. Nichelle Nichols is still alive. There is some rumors of her having health conditions, because I think she's getting off of the convention track, but she is 88 and still very much alive. And yes, she did used to be Gene Roddenberry's mistress as well. Gene Roddenberry, obviously, he had his women. Both Nichelle Nichols and what's her name? He later Majel. How you pronounce her name? Both of them were his mistresses at one point. From what I've heard, I didn't live through it. From what I've heard and read, that happened. so that first initial year Star Trek was a little bit messy in the back in the back lot or whatever. Damien Wildfong says, Troy's mom was my favorite character of hers. I loved how they alluded to the fact that her and Picard were once lovers. When did they allude to them being like lovers? I know she used to hit on Picard a lot, but most of the time he was like, too much, lady, calm down. She was funny though. And what I really liked, hang on, my phone's about to die, so let's get, is, I actually liked her episode on Deep Space Nine with Odo. Because she was always kind of a joke on The Next Generation. Like, she was funny, and there were a couple of really serious episodes with her, but a lot of times she just came in for the laugh, just to see, like, this kind of eccentric woman. Like, whenever Troy's mom showed up, it was like, look, Luxwana's here. Everything's gonna be turned upside down. But she was a fun character. Okay, let's turn the phone the right way. There we go. I got my chat back. I'm scrolling back. Let's see. Whoa, D. Huffman says, I remember filling up my first 2 cars for less than $10 and driving 2 weeks till the next payday. Yeah, those days are gone. I don't think those are ever coming back. Even if we can get gas prices to drop, that's never happening again. El Meyer says, why have this chat during dinner time? Because I ran around for errands all day. And I always go live on Wednesdays, so I said, I'll just go live and see who shows up. So yeah, in my perfect world, it would have been way earlier, but my perfect world didn't happen, as often happens. Also, it may be dinner time for you. I don't know what time is dinner time, but one of the reasons I was slightly reluctant to go late is everybody's in a different time zone. So some people are earlier, some people are later. Sometimes I've been on, what was a reasonable time for me, and it was darn near the middle of the night for somebody else. So it's a crapshoot, and I was like, I could either not go live or go live late, so I decided to go live late. Rescue Dog Treat said, Bob just did a dedicated video on the Cheap RV Living channel to announce RTR. So there should be videos, and also, like, you can go to the Howa website and get all the information. Lady Liberty says, yep, I love McCoy ripping on Spock and his comebacks getting on McCoy's nerves. They both would raise an eyebrow. Yes, those two were like the best. And from what I've read about them as actors, they were also like great guys. Like, they were guys you wanted to hang out with. They looked out for their castmates. Like, so off screen they were great guys, and on screen they were like the funniest thing ever. Like, I loved, like when McCoy would do some jab about Spock not having feelings, and then Spock would come back with some slick line about like the Doctor being illogical. Like, it was funny. This doesn't sound funny, but the way they delivered lines, like, they had the zingers. Like, Spock and McCoy in the original series, like, they had the zingers. They were great. Cindy Stock, what's up? She says, I've been watching your videos for a while and finally caught you live. Love your content. I am happy to have you here. I am happy that people came. I was like, I don't know if anybody's going to show up. This live's kind of late, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. So I'm happy to have you here. Benita Montgomery says, do you still like the Jackery 1000? I actually no longer own the 1000. I ended up giving that one away because Jackery sent me the Jackery 1500 to review. So I currently own the Jackery 1500 and the Jackery 300. Benita says, I asked for my Christmas birthday this year with your recommendation. I like the Jackery. I absolutely love the Jackery. Like, I have had the Jackery as my power system throughout my entire build. When I had the van, I even had, I I love it. I think it's is it better, worse, the bestest of all the power stations up there? I don't know. Like, there's too many of them out there. The competition has gotten like a lot. All I can say is that the Jackeries I have, they work. They've stood up to a lot of abuse, and I have no complaints about it. The only reason I gave away the Jackery 1000 is because I was like, I don't need 3 power stations, and I met somebody who could use it more than me, so I gave it away. I will say my favorite, though, is the Jackery 300, because I think for any power station, that's just where power stations excel. Like, just something simple and small and portable. With the bigger stations, the more you want to do with your electricity, the less helpful they are. Like, if all you want to do is have a power box and plug stuff in and not having to do anything complicated, they're great. They're absolutely amazing. Get the biggest one you can afford and roll with it. But if you start to want to do more complicated things, there are limitations to the power station. For example, I can't change the amount of solar that the Jackery power stations can take. I can only adapt to the best situation possible with it because the MPPT charge controller doesn't come out. It's part of the power box. But if you don't really care about those limitations and they don't really impact you, like, a power station is great. It's portable, it's easy. I've moved my Jackery 1500 all around this box truck, the entire build, without having to commit to having like a permanent battery box, and that was absolutely wonderful. Mooney Vicky says, have you seen the 2 captains and the number 1's interview Whoopi did? No, I didn't. Might have to look it up. Guinan. Dear old Guinan. Whoopi Goldberg was great on The Next Generation. Like, she just came in like she belonged there. Oh, Caramel says, Mickey is so cute. I wish I could have a cat, but I'm allergic. Lydia says I gotta go. Bye Lydia. I hope I didn't miss saying goodbye to you. Ooh, Earl Blackman, you're bringing up another one of my favorites. When I was mentioning the transformation power, you brought up Mystique. Oh my gosh, I was in love with Mystique. Mystique was my woman. I didn't care if she was animated in a comic book. Oh man, Mystique. I freaking loved Mystique. That's my woman. That's my wife right there. I know she's a bad girl, but sometimes you gotta like the bad girls. You brought up the Mystique, man. You digging in the X-Men now. Okay, Dawn of Nerd Life. Let's add it to the list. We got the Star Wars, we got the Star Trek, we got the Harry Potter, and now we're throwing in the X-Men. Dawn of Nerd Life. Jules X, would you rather know when you're going to die or how you're going to die? Oh man, that's a hard question. I don't think I want to know either, to be quite honest. I want to know, because if I know how I'm going to die, if anything comes close to that situation, I'm going to be worried about how. And if I knew when I was going to die, I think it would just mess with my brain. Like, I don't want to know. Death will come when it comes, and I don't want to try to anticipate it in the when or how. I think I just don't want to know either. Oh, FDM says your story reminds me of Octavia Butler's work. Wow, that's a high compliment. You know what I've been thinking about doing, though? Is like maybe like offering it up to people for like $1. I'm like, if anybody wants to read my screenplay, here, for $1 for my embarrassment, you may read my screenplay. But like, I'm kind of nervous about it. Ooh, Sarah, you bringing up the show Misfits. Oh my gosh. Misfits was so good for those first couple of seasons before the original cast. Misfits was a great show. For anybody unfamiliar with Misfits, it was Sarah just bringing up the Misfits. It was a UK show, and they were kind of like the sucky X-Men, but in a good way. So like all these like misfit kids, like they get powers, but like the powers are reflections of something about their personality, and also it doesn't quite go the way you would expect. Like it's not like, oh, there's suddenly these gifted awesome superheroes. They're like the anti-X-Men. So if no one has seen the TV, it's a live action TV show. It's called Misfits. It is a UK show. It is freaking amazing. The first few seasons, I forget when the original cast kind of starts to leave. It's just great writing. It's some of the best TV I've ever seen. M Dawn 1, great name. X, sorry. Your screenplay sounds so interesting. Do you still write much? Not recently. I've really like tried to tell myself I should get back into it and make room for it, especially now because like self-publishing is more of a thing. And even if I don't make a lot of money doing it, it would be nice to actually, get some of my stories out there. I've written a lot of stuff. Mickey is attacking Superman. Oh my goodness. Forget that one isn't the camera. Mickey, leave Superman alone. He just ran away. So I have this little Superman keychain guy, and Mickey's been trying to eat him. I've been trying to get him not to eat Superman, but every time I turn around and he notices, I might have to move Superman or Mickey might consume him. He's also really tiny. And then over here I have Yoda. Yoda's a flashlight, by the way. He has lights for feet, but he's Lego Yoda flashlight guy. I didn't know that Superman's kryptonite was an orange tabby cat. I'm scrolling back. I love it. Dawn of Nomad Nerds. You know what we should do? We should get a nerd group together for RTR. Just like people who want to nerd out about stuff. And we can just all connect. Damien says, I'm a closet nerd now, masquerading as a hip person. Carly! Oh my goodness! What is up? I'm so happy to see you in the chat. I hope everything's going well for you. How are things with you? Patrima, good night. Damien says, I love The Beast. I have a physical disability, and comics were the first international media to show persons with disabilities in a positive light. That is awesome, dude. I love that. Leslie Jackson says, do you ever come to Texas, Dawn? I've not been to Texas. That doesn't mean I can't go one day. Haven't been there yet, though. I'm seeing good night, Patrima. I might have missed it while I was trying to scroll. I keep losing the scroll. Just to confirm, because I'm still seeing it come up, I have confirmed and looked up and Googled it. Nichelle Nichols has not passed away. She is still very much alive. She is going to be leaving the convention circuit, but I think that just has to do with aging and her personal stuff that's going on. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot about gas prices and what they used to be. They'll never be that again. Honestly, if I can get gas somewhere between like 250, which has happened rarely, and like 350, I'm happy with that. When it starts getting over like 350 a gallon, like then I'm like, this is starting to hurt. This is starting to hurt a lot. Benita Montgomery says Eastern time is almost 11 p.m. Wow. Well, I'm glad you're up and hanging out with us. Tina asks, Dawn, did you ever get to see Dee's Lady Bug Out van in person when you met her? Yes. Very often. I shot some video that unfortunately I wasn't able to use while we were at Gutted, but me, Dee, and Bunny from Bunny Place here, like we were like around each other a lot at Gutted. So yeah, we saw each other's like vehicles, and yes, her van is amazing. I love Lady Bug Out's van. It's so cute. It's like one of the most efficient like small builds I've ever seen. So if you're not following Lady Bug Out, you should follow Lady Bug Out, and you should definitely check out her van because it is one of my top micro builds. And just being efficient and simple and something like I feel like is actually accomplishable for most people without feeling like they need to be like a master carpenter. Freedom Dove, eat dinner. Freedom Dove says she has the Jackery 500 and I love it so far. Deborah on the Go says, hi, do you ever do anything on Facebook? No, I don't even know the last time I logged onto my Facebook. I'm afraid to log in and find like I've got private messages and friend requests and everything else. I never go on Facebook. And now it feels too overwhelming to go on there. But I basically don't go near Facebook. I sometimes remember that I have an Instagram, but most of the time I forget. Shay says it's almost 5 a.m. in Nigeria. Well, thank you for being here and hanging out. Southern Project says, I'm going to have a Renogy solar panels and AGM batteries with a 2K sine wave inverter. That sounds like a good setup. The thing is, like, some people are very intimidated by building their own systems, and Jackery just makes it easy for them. So I think, like, people lean to their strengths, and it's kind of like what I said before. What I'm going to do is not what the next person is going to do. There are ways in which the Jackery has been very efficient for me, but for my own reasons and how I want to do my own setup, I do feel like it's time for me to build my own battery. I don't want to buy one. I don't want to get AGM batteries. I don't want to get like a Battleborn battery. I want to build my own battery from cells. Part of that is just nerd points. I want the nerd points of having built my own battery. Second of all, I think it'll be the most efficient way for me to have the kind of power I would like to have on a more consistent basis. But I don't have the money now to build that system. And while I don't have the money, I already have the power station. It was really simple to use and move around as much as I needed to while I was building out the box truck. So everything is situational. I don't feel like there's any like right or wrong. It's situational, what you can afford, and if you feel like you got value for your money. And not everybody's going to have the same answer to what that is. Earl Blackman, one of my solar power panels is damaged, so no, my solar has not been keeping up with my needs. I've been using my generator a lot, and also, like, it's winter. I mean, that's just the end of the day. Like, winter, unless, like, you're somewhere with really good sun, is gonna suck. Solar conditions change, days are overcast, if you're in the middle of stormy weather or whatever, like you can have all the panels you want. If they're not getting sun, it won't matter. So yeah. How long have I been on here? Oh, okay, I'm at the hour point, so I'll probably be wrapping things up soon. You guys woke me up. I was ready to go to bed. I was like, well, I'm gonna go live, just in case anybody's out there. And now I'm like awake. Hot Rod PC. Hopefully you're not. Well, you're probably gone-ish. But it says, hi, Dawn and bye. I've been watching for a few, but gotta run a tow call. Thank you for dropping in, and thank you for hitting the like button. FDM asks, Dawn, have you seen Andre at Black Nerd Comedy? I am subscribed to his channel. I love Andre. He's hilarious. I feel like he's the male version of me. Like, me and him would just get along, and we'd be goofy laughing all night. I love Andre. I'm subscribed to his channel. Earl Blackman says, put some hot sauce on your keychain and that will stop your cat from eating on it. Worth trying. Lydia K, thank you for the $5 super chat. That's going in the gas tank, and have a good night. Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? Shara Mills asks, am I in the part of California that's getting rained on? Yes, we've been getting a lot of rain. For a couple of days, I was like, I ran away from the rain and it caught up with me. Today was pretty nice though. It drizzled a little bit, but it wasn't like super stormy. I'm not like caught in anything that's like a concern. I think I'm putting my phone in front of my face. Pat Richton, hi Dawn, have you completed your box truck build? Is a build ever really complete? It's complete enough to live in. Do you have family to spend Christmas with? Not really. And in what state? I'm gonna be here for Christmas and probably doing nothing. Merry Christmas to you as well. Alright, I'm probably going to wrap this up in the next 10 minutes. Oh my gosh! One hell of a woman. I love your name. Thank you for the hearts. I'm glad to have you as a new sub, and thank you for the $5 super chat. Apparently, I need some nerd merch. Oh my gosh, Shara, thank you so much for the $100 super chat. All of this is going in the gas tank. Like, any extra money I get goes straight to the gas tank. For them gas prices, man. Where was I? I saw something about used Jackery units. By the way, I saw a Jackery at Harbor Freight. So they are starting to appear in stores. So just keep your eyes out. You might be able to find, if not Jackery, just a power station like over the counter. But yeah, all I'm going to say is I found Jackery in Harbor Freight. I was shocked. I think they are actually different from the ones that are offered online. So definitely read all the details and see if it's what you want and need. But yeah, that's what I found one in a Harbor Freight in Hayward, I think. Oh my gosh, Being Human. That was another great show. The UK version was better, though. I was so about the American version. Sean, thank you for the $10 super chat. I have so enjoyed your travels and even the mishaps. Love for you and Mickey. Thank you. Another $10 for the gas tank. Eileen, I am going to Quartzsite for RTR. Unless something happens where I cannot go, my plan is to go to RTR. David, my email address is in the description of the video, or it's on the about page of my channel. Charvehart says, I tried hot sauce with a strange cat who would lick it. I mean, I can try it. But the worst thing that can happen is that he likes it. Or the best thing that can happen is he stops trying to eat Superman. For anybody who showed up late, I have a Superman keychain that Mickey keeps trying to eat. Pat Rigdon says, Dawn, what would Isaac tell you as far as the right batteries to buy for your power? You'd have to ask Isaac, but Isaac has never built a battery. I want to build a battery from cells. You know, if I want to buy a battery, I think he'd probably recommend Battleborn, especially because of their warranty, and I think that's what he used, but I'm not quite sure. But to be honest, I want to do something beyond that. I want to build my own battery from cells. That is what I want to do. That is the most cost-efficient way to have more power cheaper. That doesn't mean it's going to be cheap. And you can get a lot of bang for your buck with that. The person I'd probably reach out to is, dang it, I can't remember their channel name right now, but he built the battery system for his shuttle bus. And I really was like, I want to do that. I want to do what he did. Isaac is more of a carpenter. Like, he knows how to wire for what he wants to do, but he's more a carpenter than an electrician. So I'm sure he'd advise like Battleborn batteries or something like that. FDM, thank you so much. I will check out the PayPal after this. Grandma Kelly, you missed like an hour, but I'm glad you're here. Be sure to hit the thumbs up. I'm glad to have you in though. Tina, night, thank you again for the card. I think I hit everybody who sent a super chat with a thank you. Bradley Kaufman says, hi, Dawn. I too have cats in my van. Do you ever worry about people thinking the cats need to be rescued? Yes. Like, especially on sunny, warm days. If it's super hot, I would never leave the cat in here by himself. That's just not something I'm going to do. I'm going to try to be in here if it's extra hot. I'm not going to leave him for an extended amount of time by himself. This is in extreme weather of any case. Like, I will find an alternate. I will find somebody to watch him. I will find a way to cool things down. So I try to never be in that situation. If I park in a lot, number one, he doesn't tend to like want to call attention to himself. Luckily, like he doesn't tend to want to call attention to himself a lot. A lot of times when I'm parking in a lot to go shopping, and I am going to leave him in the truck, I will park as far away from other cars as I can. It has not happened to this point that anybody has tried to do a rescue. I do actually have a sticker on my window now. Just a tiny sticker. So if anybody does see him, they see, like, you know, pet in a secure environment or something like that. But as of now, nobody has noticed and tried to, like, that's one of my biggest fear is like somebody seeing the cat in here and think they need to like break in to save him or something. It's one of my greatest fears. Yes, I've watched a lot of Will Prowse, and I've reached a barrier with Will Prowse. But yeah, I usually, if there's batteries and I want, you know, like if there's a new discount like lithium battery and Will Prowse does a review on it, I will watch it to try to find out if it's worth it. Like, I completely trust his reviews. He will like tear apart any battery, any power station, and let you know if it's worth it. Or at least give you a metric on which to judge if it's worth it for you. Because the thing about Will Pros is he's on this level, and some of us are on this level. So what he might be like, not worth it, somebody on this level may be like, okay, that's not the best, but it's worth it. But he's great for the information to make that choice, you know? Extravagant minimalist. Yes, dog, cat, man, Van, who unfortunately has lost his pet cat, Archer. That I was so sad for him when he was talking about how his cat died. But yes, he built his own battery for his, he had a ProMaster, right, that he just sold. He just sold a ProMaster and bought a Sprinter. Yeah, he built his own he did a great video. Like, I could actually follow his video because it was a beginner I just learned it video, whereas Will Prowse is sometimes I already know it all, keep up with me video. So yeah, with the dog cat van man, I liked his video on building his own battery. And mind you, there are cheap lithium batteries out, so I don't have to do this. I want to build my own battery from cells because I think I will learn a lot doing it. And I want that knowledge more than I would learn just going out, to the store or going on Amazon and buying a battery. I'm that much of a nerd. I just want to do it to be able to say I did it. It's like yes, there's a lot of financial benefit to it when you're thinking about power versus cost, but also I just want the nerd points of doing it. Like that's why I want to do it. I want the nerd points of doing it. But I don't 100% understand the process, and so I want to make sure I'm educating myself enough on the process before I do it. And I don't have the money right now. But yeah. Hunter357 says, I've got SOK batteries, 100 amp hours for $570. Nice price. 7-year warranty, low temp charge cut off, high temp charge, discharge cut up. No, I don't get any spiff from them. Just have them and love them. LOL. I'm glad they're working out for you. Elm Petmar, glad you like the ceiling. What time is it? I really got to get off of here. Princess Pamela says, Dawn, is it totally storming where you are right now? It's not storming. It's raining. Like Monday, it was storming. I'm in Marin tonight, and it's crazy. Ugh. Marin's pretty, though. I'm sorry it's raining. But Nina Montgomery, yeah, I heard Nomadic Fanatic's cat, Jax, died as well. That was a big kitty, Maine Coon. Yeah, Maine Coons are big, fluffy things. Yeah, see, yeah, you get it. The self-confidence boost was, look what I made. Exactly. Like, I did it. I didn't go buy a battery. I built it from cells. I may not be the best carpenter in the world, but I feel like electricity is something I can accomplish, and I like learning it, And you know what? Everybody else can be a fancy carpenter, and I can be, because I've seen people who were good carpenters, that they could make electricity work, but it wasn't really their passion. And I'm not saying it's going to turn into my passion, but it's just something I would like to do. I'd like to do it and know I did it. I think it'll be fun because I'm that girl where I think it would be fun just to do it. All right, I'm gonna go on to bed. I'm seeing stuff getting deleted. So I'm gonna go on to bed. Pat Riggington, I am so happy that people are sending them a bunch of stuff, but that's why I'm holding off on the baby gifts, because I'm like, I know sometimes you get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of the same thing. And so, like, I want to kind of let all that kind of die down a little bit and be like, is there anything you need that I can afford? But I think, that baby's going to have great parents. Jaylena is like, this is a miracle baby for her that she didn't expect. And Isaac is he's a great dude. And, like, I think any kid would be lucky to have him as a dad. All right, that's my wrap up for the night. That's officially where I'm going to bed. Everybody have a good night. Thank you for joining me for this later than usual chat. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.